Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In today's video I will show you how to do object detection with MLkit using machine learning in React Native. So of course we will be using the new architecture of React Native. So first of all I have created a new React Native project. So I will just close everything for now. Created a new React Native project, and first you have to enable the new architecture. So you can just go to the React Native docs, go to create new architecture. So for Android just search for new arc enabled and make it as true. You will find it inside gradle.properties, and for iOS just run this command from the iOS directory. So next what we have to do is that we have to go to the main Android folder, go to build.gradle, and you have to add this line Kotlin version as well as this line because I want to use Kotlin. Next go to app build.gradle, and here you have to add this implementation of Kotlin standard lib as well as Kotlin Android over here. Next go to src main android manifest.xml and add the required permissions of camera as well as write external storage. Once that is done, we will start. So what I will do is that I will first open the camera, and for each frame of the camera we will detect an object, and once an object is detected we will send that whatever object has been detected from native side to React Native side. So go to app.tsx, and here you can see that I have removed everything and I have created one Android view and one iOS view. So first inside Android view.tsx I am first checking for camera permission. So here I have created a native module for that as well. Ask for camera write permission. The reason I am not using the permission handler from React Native is that it is still using on activity result that is deprecated. That's why I don't want to use it. And once I get the camera permission, I am showing the camera view. Otherwise I am just showing you need to grant permission first. And inside the camera view here you can see that we will get a value from native side, which is the actual object detected value, and here we are getting the camera permission. And same for iOS. So for iOS we can directly detect show the camera because the camera permission is handled internally by iOS. We don't have to write extra bit of code. And inside here you can see I have defined use window dimensions, and we will get the value using an event emitter whatever object has been detected. So this won't work for iOS because I'm using Swift and I don't know how to do a callback using Swift. So we will move from Objective C++ to Swift, and from Swift I'm directly sending the values. Like this will become extremely hectic if we send it back again from Swift to Objective C and then give it back to React Native. So that's what I have avoided. Next go to Android, go to Java, so here you will see main activity.java. Convert this as main activity.kt, so you can open the main Android folder in Android Studio, and at the top you will find an option in build or in tools like convert Java file to Kotlin file. And after that you have to write this bit of code for camera permission, and we will be requesting the camera permission from Turbo module, but once it is requested it gives a callback over here, and here we are actually sending the value whether that has been granted or not. And this is just to check whether all permissions has been granted or not. Okay, next I will go to RTN my permissions. So here you have to first create a package.json, and I have copy pasted this from the documentation. So here you can go to Turbo native modules and go through this. So I have copy pasted, but only change is this file name over here, over here as well as over here. Next I have created this file, again copy pasted it from docs, only this file name has been changed. Next create a JS folder, and inside that native again this is copy pasted from docs, only change is this method name as well as this file name has been changed. Next I have created an Android folder, inside that create a build.gradle file. Again copy pasted it from the docs. I have added this Kotlin dependency, this has been changed, as well as I want to use Kotlin standard lib. Next go to src and create main java.com rtn my permissions folder. and inside first my permissions package.kt, again copy pasted this from docs, just change the name accordingly in your file. And in my permissions module.kt, here you can see that I am first requesting for the permission, and here we are actually requesting the permission. Here just we have defined what all permissions we need. So this will give a callback to main activity.kt. Okay, next this is a fabric module. So for this you can just go refer to this fabric native components. So first create a package.json, again copy pasted it from the docs. Only this file name has been changed, this has been changed, and this has been changed. Next create a podspec file, again copy pasted it from doc, and this file name has been changed. Next create a js folder, and inside there rtn my camera native component.ts, again copy pasted it from docs, and here we will get a callback from native side. So the callback will only work for Android. For iOS we will be sending even event handler, event emitter, native event emitter. Okay, and this has been changed. Next inside Android, go to create build.gradle, and again copy pasted it from the docs, and I have added this apply Kotlin Android as well as this camera and Kotlin standard lib, and we will be using camera X. That's what I have added over here. And I want to use Google MLkit object detection library, which I have added it over here. Next inside src create main java com rtn my camera. First create my camera package.kt, and this should be the same. Okay, next copy pasted it from the docs. Inside my camera manager, again copy pasted it from docs, change the file name accordingly. So this is our camera, and this is important because we will be giving a callback from native side to React native side, so define this accordingly. And I have defined a my camera event as well, because we are sending value from a native side to React native side. That's why we have to define it. Next inside my camera.kt, now most of this code I have copy pasted it from the documentation of camera X. So we have to first define a preview view, camera provider as well as camera executor, and an image capture as well as an analysis use case of how the image analysis would look like. And here I have defined the options for object detector. Next we are just setting the layout params for our linear layout, and then adding our camera X preview view to our linear layout. Then you have to write this boilerplate code so that the camera will occupy entire width and height, and this setup camera remains the same every time you have to use camera X. But here you can see we are calling the image proxy, process image proxy. So once we get an image proxy for every method, we get a media image. From that we create an input image, and then pass that input image to object detector. And once an object has been detected, I am just logging it out to the console as well as sending it back to React native side. If you want to stop the camera as soon as an object is detected, you can write this bit of code over here, somewhere over here or over here after this. Okay, and on failure listener I am just putting a log, and on complete listener I am closing everything. Next for starting the camera, and this is like boilerplate code which you have to write. So yeah, I think that's it for Android side. Next what you have to do is that you have to go to your terminal root of your React native project. First run this command, then run this command, then you have to do cd dot dot, so it will move outside your React native project. I will show you over here as well, cd dot dot, so it will move you outside here, and then you have to run a command like this, but in our case it will be little different. So this is the command. First you have to run this, and this should be your project name followed by the folder name, and same thing for rtn my permissions as well. So this will be your project name. So here you can see it is my app for me, and followed by the folder name which we have created. So this will do code generation for iOS, and you will see generated folder over here as well as over here. Next what you have to do is you have to cd to the main Android folder. So here you can see cd to the main Android folder and run this. So run this command. So this will do code generation for Android, and you will find that code generation inside the node modules. Next for iOS, you have to run this command as well. So this will create a pod for RTN my camera as well as RTN my permission. We don't require RTN my permission for iOS, but that's fine. Next, we won't be writing iOS code over here because we want to use Swift. So open the main iOS folder inside Xcode. Next, inside info.plist, first you have to write this camera permission. Next, go create this event emitter file. Now I have copy pasted this from docs because we want to send the object detection from native side to React Native side. Next, you have to copy this event emitter, create an Objective-C file. Next, this is a Swift file. So as soon as you create a Swift file, Xcode will ask, do you want to create a bridging header? Click yes, and this is my bridging header, my app dash bridging dash header. And here you can see that I have taken my camera. Now this I have just copy pasted it from Stack Overflow, and this is for object detection code. So here you can see we are initializing it, and here we are initializing our preview view and adding it to our sub view. Same for box view as well. Now setup AV capture and begin session remains the same for every AV foundation camera preview. This is the important code for us. So first we will get an image buffer. From that image buffer we will create a UI image, for which I have written an extension over here. Once we get a UI image, we will pass it inside vision image and then pass it inside the object detector library. Once the object is detected successfully, I am logging it to the console as well as sending it back to the native side, and this is how the output would look like. Next, inside bridging header you have to add this import as well because we are using this from the Swift file, that's why. Next, inside rtn my camera.h header file, again I have copy pasted this from docs. Okay, next you have to create an Objective-C++ file. So first create an Objective-C file and change the extension to .mm. Similarly over here as well. So first create an rtn my camera, again I have copy pasted this from docs. And here again this has been copy pasted from docs, and this should be changed because we are using the code directly in Swift file, and this should be your bridging header name, file name followed by dash swift.h. and here we are creating a variable of our Swift file, and then we are initializing it over on line 33, so over here, and adding it as a sub view, and rest else remains the same from docs. Next, you have to create a prefix header as well. So just right click on the project, create file, new file, and just search for pch. So here this is the prefix header. Click next and it will give you a name of prefix header. Just click create. I already have this, and all you have to do inside this file is add this import. So this is a requirement whenever you are trying to do an Objective-C and Swift interop for AV foundation. And next you have to go over here inside build setting, in my app build settings, go to Apple CLang language, and in pre-compile prefix header make it as yes, and inside prefix header add your file name prefix header.pch, and I think that should be it. You should be able to run your app. So yeah, and it will detect whatever object has been detected by the camera. So yeah, thank you for watching. See you in the next one. Bye.